America isn't the greatest country. That's what you'll see in the title down below, and I'm going to dig a little deeper into that. But hey, welcome to the Dig Deeper Network. I'm your host, Cody G. Glad to have you back. Happy weekend to y'all. I know that it's been a rough week for me, so I am so glad that it's the weekend, and I wanted to give y'all a video. And that might be it. I'm kicking back for the rest of the weekend. I can't do much more. But hey, subscribe for more. Let me know what you thought of this video down below. Alright, why do I make this claim that America isn't the greatest country? Now that is some blasphemy. That is something that is probably going to rock people a little bit. But I saw a clip, and it's from a show called The Newsroom. And in The Newsroom, one of the actors, guy who was, I believe he was on Dumb and Dumber, but he was there in front of a lecture hall in front of college students, and they asked the question, what makes America the greatest country? He was among three other people that were up on stage answering this question. One said diversity and opportunity. The other one said freedom and freedom. The quote that I have here from you is about a 3-minute excerpt from the show. What I'll do is I'll put the link down below so you can see it, because it was passionately acted, and I don't think that I can do that. However, I've jotted down a couple notes and a couple quotes from it that I thought were significant into the things that I'm saying lately. I know that I've been polarizing, and perhaps I'm making people upset. To me, I see it as people getting passionate. If we're talking about issues, if we're defending our rights, if you're hearing something that you're not used to hearing, you know, perhaps that's a little bit refreshing. However, I try to stick to facts, and I try to stick to concepts that are well thought out. This was absolutely, in my opinion, a brilliant piece, so I encourage you to check it out. Anyway, he starts his response, America isn't the greatest country anymore. The whole room goes speechless. The host of the thing is trying to redirect it after he said that. He dives into what is wrong currently with America, and I have always approached it in politics on a global scale. That's, you know, I have to look at it on a global scale in my job, because really, if you look at our statistics, and if, you know, you're proud of this country, maybe we should put it to the test in comparison to other countries. First, he says, if liberals are so smart, then why do they lose all the time? This, he mentions in front of a college crowd. A sorority girl had asked the question, and he's pointing out there that, and this is something that I've experienced as well, is that folks who speak from a liberal perspective, he mentions that they have a sense of being smart, that they claim that they are smart and they are the smartest ones in the bunch. What he's alluding to there is perhaps that their perception isn't necessarily true, because on a global scale, if we look at the statistics that we have to question those who come out as the most righteous ones. Because one of the people said freedom and laughed, he wanted to address that, and he says, isn't it great that we have freedom? Do you love the country solely because we have freedom? There are 180 other sovereign states that enjoy freedom as well. We are not the only people that are free. In fact, a lot of people are free currently. That is not something to judge us being a great country on, because obviously at this point in time, in 2016, we have already figured out how to solve that and move forward from it. We are no longer in the days of trying to take down massive conquerors and dictatorships. He mentions a couple statistics that really put into perspective that America is not great, and I've come out and I said that I support Trump, and that seems to get people fairly fired up. But what's great is a lot of people have wanted to just engage in intelligent conversation about it, and I voted for Obama before. Actually, I like to think that I'm pretty fluid in my decision making and, you know, listening to ideas, because that's just the way it has to be. You have to have some sort of flexibility. You can't be preaching from the same perspective for the entirety of your career. We are 7th country in the world. We are the 7th in literacy. We are 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, and 178th in infant mortality. Additionally, he said, we are third in median household income, we are fourth in the labor force, and fourth in exports. He pauses and he says, okay, so what do we lead in if we're the greatest country? Obviously, we have to brag about something. Now, there are certain statistics that perhaps we are doing well with and deserve that mention. However, he mentions that we lead in incarcerated citizens per capita and defense spending. He adds to that, the leader, the other 26 leaders behind us are our allies, which we're supposed to be a group. And I wanted to add to that, obesity. We lead in obesity. I think Mexico recently topped us in obesity, but still, we're probably top 5. Worst case scenario, we're top 10 in obesity. I'm kind of overweight too. I'm a part of the problem. So from there, the guy, and I assume he might be a news anchor. I'm gonna watch the show and find out the backstory to it. I'm not sure what character he's playing in this, so I'm not exactly sure what his intentions are with some of the things that he says. But he shifts gears and he says to the crowd, "We fought for moral reasons. We made and we struck down laws based off our morals. We built great big things. We reached for the stars. We acted like men. We made ungodly advances in technology. We explored the universe. We cured diseases. We put our money where our mouth is without having a beat on our chest. We cultivated the greatest artists, and we had the best economy. We aspired to intelligence. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by the last person that we elected as president, and we didn't scare so easy." He then concluded, "We were able to be and do great things because we were informed by great men." I assume from this, being that it's a newsroom, perhaps he's talking about news anchors, how the media perhaps shaped the citizens before, or perhaps great men, meaning who taught them, or the jobs that they had back then, with people that had more hard-working attitude about things. And then he says, the best way to solve a problem is to know that there is one. America is not the greatest country anymore. Now, this was extremely profound to me. I saw this and my mind was absolutely blown. I thought that this was a beautiful point that kind of illustrates the realm of what I've been talking about in politics. To me, and I am not afraid to mention it, that social issues, I normally lean more liberal. I do. The only reason that I'm clinging to the Republican Party right now, there's not a whole lot of issues that I agree completely with the Republicans. However, we are at a point where we can't say that we're number one. We can say that we're great. I mean, that's like opinion. But truthfully, globally, there's a lot to work on here. We really fell off of our momentum prior as a country. Nowadays, we're in the new generation has completely different priorities. We're falling off the cliff, and we're really not doing anything to fix it. And that is why I think when Donald Trump says "Make America Great Again," it totally applies in this situation. Anyway, guys, tell me what you thought of this video down below. My name is Cody G. Thanks for tuning in to the Dig Deeper Network. And let me know what you thought. Till next time.